Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 18 of the Dead Realms campaign. I am your humble DM, Tyler, and we are on episode 18 of the Dead Realms. So, if you guys are interested in following up on this campaign and what have you, you could go to the Pocket Dimension, which the Discord is linked below the Twitch stream. But other than that, let's introduce our players and get in on the action.
Hi, I'm Axius. I'm playing Axius, a tiefling barbarian paladin.
Hi, I'm Bob. I'm playing a half elf fighter rogue named Ichabod.
I am just in case. I am playing Koto Soshu, who is a human monk.
All right. So, without further ado, let's continue where we left off. So, you guys finished the rest of the giant encounter with basically the giant being as big and as crazy as it is. You guys decided to haul ass out of there and left everyone else there to die. You come to find out that Blue was engaged in combat with Black to defend you guys while you guys were doing your thing, and unfortunately, he did not make it. So, after doing some type of burial, which could either be good or bad depending on whose viewpoint. Axius took the gi of Blue and wore it and swore to go after Black, and you guys kind of hopped on the bandwagon with that, heading north. Excuse me, heading west. Sorry. And as you guys were heading west, you've stocked up on supplies, killed some zombies, encountered some individuals, and where we last left off, you guys were trucking through the heavy rain and you were approaching a river crossing of three rivers intersecting where you see a large creature, and Koto, realizing what kind of creature this is, a creature of bad fortune and death, decided to pull his bowstring and shoot at it, knowing how dangerous it could be. And where we last left off, the creature looked in your guys' general direction with its eyes glowing red. With that being said, I'm gonna roll a d6 to determine what the creature will look at. So, and right now, currently, Axius, Amron, and Anea are on Axius's mount. So 1, 2, 3 is Axius, Amron, and Anea, and then 4 is the mount, 5 is Ichabod, 6 is Koto. I'll roll on D&D Beyond to keep it fair. So, all right, it will target a mount. So this creature will, well, first let's get into the mood. Let's play music. Are you guys able to hear the music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Axius, I need your mount to make a Constitution saving throw against this creature's death ray.
I'm not gonna make it to 20. We're in it tonight.
What did you roll for your mount?
Oof. That's a 4. Yeah, that's a 4.
Okay, so something special about this death ray. Usually, if you fail, you would take some damage, but because the mount failed by 5 or more, it takes even more damage. More specifically, 50 points of necrotic damage, since you failed it by 5 or more. So, Axius, what is the hit points of your mount?
No, let's see. That is 23. So
All
not
right.
50.
So, here's what happens. You see the hellish incorporeal essence of your mount just like ripped out from his face, and you can see a red glimmer just go into the mouth of this creature in the water, and you just see your mount just stop dead in its tracks, and then just turns to ash. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw to see if you fall prone or not.
Do I
As
have
it
advantage on
happens,
this one?
yeah, you can have advantage. I'll let you have it. You have time.
Well, I get advantage on dex saves as long as I'm not blinded, deafened, or
Yeah, you clearly see this.
So that's a 22.
Yeah, you easily succeed. You are stopped for a second before you jumped off along with Anea and Amron to do so, And now you all are staring into this creature, and now it's time to roll initiative.
Ooh. 8.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Ichabod, you're muted.
13.
Okay. The creature did very poorly. So then let me roll for the NPCs. Okay. Toto, you're up. You know that this creature is a very deadly creature, basically instant killing this mount, the mounts that Axios was sitting upon. What do you do? The creature
Yeah.
is okay. Let me just describe. So you guys are stepping away from the river because what I mentioned last session is that it's getting muddy. You guys are 30 feet away from it. If you decide to get near it within 10 feet, you'll move a half speed because of the mud. The creature is 40 feet in front of you, 30 feet on the land, and then 10 feet in the water. So, with that being said, Kodo, what would you like to do as I pick up my pencil?
Yeah, I'm just gonna start turning into a pincushion.
All right, have at it.
Is it 25 hit?
Yes, it does.
That's 11.
Okay. The creature takes it.
Does a 16 hit?
Check real quick. Yes, it does. This creature is as large as a bison, so target hitting wise should be easy.
12 more points.
Yep.
And
So
key
that's
strike.
22 total. All right.
18.
That will hit. Roll damage.
Plus a D4. So 12 points to hit it off.
Nice.
So
So
I
you did a
did
total of
what?
35 points of damage.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage. You are pincushioning, like you mentioned, to this creature, and this creature goes. And now you get to see what this creature actually looks like. It's as large as a bison. Its neck is half as long as a giraffe's, but weirdly enough, it has a boar head, which actually makes it small on its face. It's a fucking weird creature, but you know how deadly this is. Movement wise, are you gonna stay put, move around?
I'm not. How close am I to the group?
You guys are all together, so
I
you're
am
by each
going
other.
to get 45 feet away from him.
Okay. All right. It's the NPCs go. See here. Let me look at Aaron's sheet. She has off her spells, but they don't help in this situation. She's just gonna make an attack with her +1 crossbow. So good attack. She has +7. This is the first one. And then she'll have to use her bonus action to load it. Wait, hold on. Is she proficient in this? Crossbows. Oh yeah, the crossbow does hit. I forgot about that +1. So it does hit the creature. She does. It's a D8 here. So that's 11 plus her sneak attack, which I believe is 2D, which is 3d6 if I recall. I'll just double check her character sheet. Sorry, it's taking a while, folks. Sneak attack. It's 4d6 actually. Okay. Her sneak attack. Didn't do well on the rolls though. All right. You see Aaron take aim and shoot at the neck of this creature. This creature looks like it's getting rough at this point. Anea will shoot a bow, but she'll miss. She pulls the bow, but unfortunately it goes into the water. It is at this point, Ichabod, that it is your turn.
I will try to use the crossbow I got. The heavy one plus one.
All right, attack roll.
9.
9 does not hit the creature. It just bounces off
Alright.
of it.
I'm done. Or bonus action reload. I only got one more shot with it. So.
All right. So, Axius, you're up. This thing just killed your mount just out of glare. What would you like to do?
You said it's 40 feet away, correct?
It's 40 feet away. So on land, it's 30 feet on land and then 10 feet in the actual water.
That's fine. I'm a bonus action rage. I have a 10-foot halberd, so I'm gonna run that full 30 feet.
Okay. As you get within 30 feet of the creature, what you realize is that it seems like whatever is nearby this creature, you just see like whatever plant life nearby is just decaying, and you see that the ground around it is getting like lower, kind of set. And as you get to where it's at, you smell this smell of death and decay, and it's getting to a point where it's making you a little nauseous. It is at this point I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
11.
You fail. So as you get near this creature, this stench of death just gets in your nostrils and you just don't feel very well. You are currently poisoned at the moment.
Wait a minute.
Which is,
I got resistance to poison because of my shield,
uh-huh.
and I have
But you have
resistance to poison due to my rage.
of the poison condition or poison damage?
Oh, one second.
Because the condition is different from damage.
Ooh. Where's my shield? Jesus. There we go. Did I put customize? Where's my shield? Alright, I don't think it's the condition. You're fine.
Yeah. So you'll have disadvantage for this turn because it only lasts till the start of the creature's next turn. So you'll have
That's fine, then.
disadvantages on attacks. So
Oh, I can still attack?
you can still attack, it'll just be made at disadvantage because you're poisoned.
Perfect. I'm gonna attack recklessly.
Okay, so it's just regular D20 roll then. Have at it.
15 to hit?
15 will hit it. Roll damage.
Perfect. I want to put a. Let me check my spells real quick. I'm pumping Divine Smite into this. Is it undead by chance?
It is not undead.
That's fine. I'm gonna pump a first level Divine Smite into this.
Okay.
Let me roll the. Oh, that is 11 damage plus my smite damage. 1 second. $11 plus 12, so that's 23 damage.
Nice.
And I'm gonna attack recklessly again. So just straight roll. Another 15 to hit.
That will hit.
I'll do another Divine Smite. So that is 9 damage plus my Divine Smite. Oh, it's a sucky roll. 7. What do I say? 9 plus 5. That's 14 damage.
Nice. As you divine smite your halberd, you can see that you're greatly weakening the creature. It looks like it's on its last legs.
That's
Anything
all I
else
can
you
do.
would like to? All right, the creatures go. You're no longer poisoned, by the way, Axius, as you are getting used to the stench of death at this point. They were just
Didn't I have the
creatures
use the stench of death because of my gladiator background? Whatever.
Okay, so first I have to roll to see if it gets its death ray back. It does not. So it will move its full movement to get up to you. Axius is going to hit you with its club tail. Does a
Now,
26
does it get
hit?
out of the water to get to him?
It has to use all of its movement just to get up to him.
Yeah, is he out of the water? That's what I mean.
Yeah, yes. He is
Okay.
at the water's edge at this point. So a 26 to hit Axius.
Yep. Hits.
So you'll be taking... Let's see here. You'll be taking 18 bludgeoning damage, reduced to half.
All right.
And I
hellish
need you to
rebuke him?
make a. You can hellish rebuke, but first, before you do that, I need you to make a con save. As this
A con
club
save?
swings against you, a con save. Yep.
19.
You succeed. You are not stunned. So this creature swings at you, and you feel like one of your bones might be broken, but is at this point you hellish rebuke, so it has to make a dex save,
14.
which
Yeah.
it fails. Which it fails,
All right.
unfortunately.
And it takes 19 damage.
How would you like to kill this creature?
As soon as I get clubbed, I'm just thinking about the fact that my elk is dead. Just gonna eyes turn black. Just produce these black hell flames from beneath him to burn him alive.
Nice. So from the water's edge, with the water boiling behind it, fire just smokes this creature, and you can hear its weird hoggish squeals of pain. And it is at this point that the creature just falls before you. The stench no longer hanging in the air, and the rain starting to not be as heavy as it once was. It is at this point that the creature has died. And as soon as it dies, you see like the creature's essence, like the body itself, just kind of fades beneath the ground. Like the ground is sinking, but this ground is like taking it, unfortunately. But leaving your arrows though. So you can still collect those and what have you. But there we go. The rain starts to clear up a bit.
Take my arrows and I wash them off.
Mm-hmm. As
I'm
I
gonna
try to find
harness
music.
divine power to regain a second level spell slot.
Okay.
I wander off to look for the useless bolt I shot.
You find it.
Hey, look, I killed a squirrel. Lunch. Well, for me. Don't know about you guys.
Right. So what do
So
you
we're
got?
walking on foot. Dang it. What did you say? Sorry.
Hold on. No, this is me trying to get the music going. There we go. Okay. All right, y'all. So what do you do? Do you continue onward?
Yeah.
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 Right. So you guys continue onward. I presume west.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna hook around the forest. We're gonna pass
Okay.
our bar. Since it's overran, we don't need to go that way.
Man, do you just love it when you go to your map and it's just deciding whether or not to work or not? 1 second. My map is being very bad right now. Okay. I think it works. Okay, good. All right, so you guys currently. So you're heading. So you're passing Oral Bar. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're gonna pass Orvar.
Okay. So you guys continue westward and basically following the river down. The rain at this point slowly starts to dissipate, and as you guys continue an hour's worth of in your journey, the rain stops. But however, unfortunately, what is expected to be the sun showing up, unfortunately, it's just nothing but bright gray clouds, as it always has been for 2 years. And you guys have time to talk or what have you, if you want.
Once we start getting close to the forest, looking at the road as we pass Orvar, I'm gonna try to mention to the group that we should make camp because it'd be easier to find firewood and we all need to dry out.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Think we should try to do some hunting too. We're
No, stay out of these woods.
Why stay out?
As I said before, when I was doing my scouting, when you were all, I don't know what you did in the town to make the wall explode like that, but the forest is corrupted. It's not smart to go into the forest. I will only be going into the forest to collect wood. I will not be exploring it for any of the game because I do not trust anything that still lives in there.
There's still a stream we could try fishing.
Yes, but this close to the creature that we just downed, I am not sure that we will find anything. If you remember, hours west from here is where we found fishermen that are still 2 days journey from their hometown.
Yeah.
It would be difficult to find anything.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure we just killed what was decaying the fish up here.
I am not sure. A creature like that would not corrupt such a large area. It would make fishing more difficult. But we're going upstream. We're not going downstream.
I mean, they were downstream from us and they were complaining that there was a lack of fish. We just probably killed the source of it because we're.
The lack of
What-
fish was further up north. Something to do with the high forest.
Yep, whatever. And I start walking away. Yep. Like, put my fingers in my ears, like, yep. La, la, la.
I mean, this is Coda's backyard. He knows all about the high forest. He knows all about the rivers. You're basically saying, yeah, your barbecue sucks in the back of his house. You don't know what you're doing. Look at this grass. So yeah, I'm gonna go into the forest. I'm not gonna go too far.
Okay.
Collect
Just
wood.
collecting firewood.
Yeah, and get
Alright.
a good look around. I don't know if you want to make the survival or perception, but
So
get a good
obvious-
feel for the forest.
So this is the high forest. This is your backyard. You clearly
It's not the
know
high
your way
forest.
around.
It's
my
the
apologies.
Southwood.
Ah, I see. My mistake. My map
See
is
where the Southwood is and
gotcha.
Loudwater and
Gotcha.
Our Bar.
Gotcha. Yeah. My apologies. I mistook it.
It's
All right.
it's the
so,
neighbor's yard, not my yard.
Yeah. Gotcha. So collecting fire for you, pretty easy. Just go ahead
Yeah.
and make a perception check for me with advantage because you've known this area a bit.
I got nat 20.
Nice. As you are collecting firewood, you're keeping your eyes on you're keeping your eyes on the surrounding area for any like predators or what have you, and you know that the high forest is generally an elven community, such that fey creatures could possibly occasionally be out here. So you're on the lookout for that. But luckily, you don't see any like predators or what have you. But what you do notice is that you hear like movement from the treetops at a distance. And you could quite
Okay.
tell that it's not animal, but it's probably someone jumping from tree to tree further away from where you are positioned.
I hurriedly take out an arrow. I blunt the tip. And then at the base of the arrow, I make a notch where the feathers would be at. I shoot it up in the air to make a whistle sound.
Okay. You do so. You wait 2-3 minutes, and now the movement sound has stopped. There's no response. You sit there for about 5 minutes, expecting either a return or hearing more movement or what have you, but it's just quiet.
Okay. Pick up the firewood, and I quickly retrace my steps out of the woods.
All right, you easily do so.
Once I
And
get
you
back to
return to your
base
group?
camp,
Mhm.
tell them Stay out of the woods. They were being watched. I tried to send a message to them, but they did not respond.
Would we have heard the whistle?
Yeah,
You wouldn't even know what to listen for.
that's true.
I have a passive perception of 18.
How
So we'll
often
say
have
yes.
you been around Alvin Rangers in the high forest?
I'm sorry, but a whistle in the middle of a forest is pretty friggin' obvious.
We'll say that you do hear it, but you don't quite like you do hear the whistle. Yes, I'll allow it.
I'm not saying I
Yeah,
connect the
18.
dots. I'm just saying I can hear the whistle. Like,
So yeah, continue. You guys are setting up base camp.
Yeah.
did you go and kill him?
I give you the dumbest look ever. Like, no. They were on
So we're
patrol.
being watched, and you just
It's their forest. They're watching the forest.
I watch you kill a dwarf for less. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Take off my my boots. I'm just looking at you weird. Take off my top and I set it near the fire. Like I have no under. I don't understand what you're saying to me. Like it's like foreign to me.
You kill a dwarf for trying to survive, yet you let them live because it's their forest.
Yeah.
You live by stupid rules. Then you should feel stupid. And I walk away.
Where are you going? You keep on saying you walk away, but
I mean, the
all
campfire
you do
nowhere
is
near
you walk in
I'm
a
literally
circle.
not.
You walk in
Exactly.
a
I'm
circle
walking out of this
back
conversation.
to the
Thank you.
fire.
Actively not listening to you. Actively not listening.
This is the
Actively
second
not
time you've
listening.
done this.
Actively not listening. I
You
feel like I
say
know who
I'm
the big bad
stupid,
is. I feel
but
like I know who the big bad is.
you keep walking in circles. I
I know
don't
who the big bad
understand
is.
you.
Oh, we're doing PvP. That's gonna be amazing.
Who has the horns, the fiery dead steed that and you hang bodies from it and it eats goblins and I'm the big bad? Okay.
Pretty much, yeah. I don't see how you don't see that logic.
I'm not the one that's making deals with Asmodeus.
You're only in this for money. I'm in this for survival of my race.
Yeah.
As this has been going on, you guys eventually, you guys hunt or do you guys use your rations?
Nope,
Me-
I'm
I w-
taking an A and going string fishing. We're going over to that river and try to catch some fish while he was out looking for wood.
Just go ahead and make a survival check. I'll roll for Anea here.
Survival.
I mean, I can.
What you roll?
17.
I'll try to
Anea
hunt.
rolled excuse me. Anea rolled a straight 10. So you guys are able to catch 4 fish. As you are kind of teaching her how to fish or what have you.
I
Yeah,
can go hunting away from the forest, but I'm not hunting in the
I took
forest.
blue short bow, and I have string with me, so I was tying string to the arrows and shooting at fish and
Gotcha.
killing them that way.
All right.
Almost had a
She
nat 20.
notices that. So she notices this and she kind of takes your, she kind of follows your lead, but unfortunately she's like unsuccessful, but she's able to manage to catch one of the fish.
Okay.
All right.
See an arrow with them
She-
already on the arrow. Now you can just put them on the fire and rotate them.
That does seem like a smart idea. So what are we gonna do after we get black?
I was thinking
Anea says this.
about going back to that mine and cleaning it out and start a blacksmith shop there.
But what about your sister, Angelique?
If we find each other, we find each other. I've got other relatives out there somewhere. Maybe I'll find them too along this journey.
I just want to be somewhere safe.
Well, that place was surrounded by stone walls. It looked pretty safe.
But
Under
the
the right
giant destroyed it,
circumstances.
though. It would take a long time to rebuild it.
Well, we have a long time to rebuild it. After all this is cleaned up, do you think the world won't go back to the way it was?
I don't know, but I hope it does.
I mean, I don't know what the other two think, but yeah, if we clean this up and fix everything, it's gonna go back to the way it was.
She kind of acknowledges this. He gave her some hope. So you guys eventually gather together. You see Kodo and Axios arguing, with Axios walking away.
Did I find anything with a 14?
Wait. While Kodo's in the forest and Ichabod is fishing, I would like to start praying on Asmodeus. I got a request.
Okay. Okay. So we'll do with Kodo first. So you were looking for my apologies. I was focused on the Ichabod thing. You're focusing on finding Quarry, right?
Yeah, on my way back to the group from the forest.
And, all right. So that would have been a perception check. So a 14 plus whatever your proficient mod is.
Oh, I was doing survival.
Yeah. So we're just making a perception check to find such quarry.
17.
17. Yep. You're able to find some small game, mainly squirrel. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
How many do I get?
Well, let's see how good your attack roll is.
Nat 20. Or
You're
31.
able to catch. You're able to catch 4 squirrels.
Nice.
Gets them all
So-
with one shot. Just
Exactly.
So as Axios and Kodos is arguing around the fire, I'm cleaning the squirrels.
All right. As you are collecting the squirrels in the forest,
Oh no, I wouldn't be near the forest. These were squirrels out in the the plains. I
an
wouldn't be
arrow
taking
is
stuff-
launched at your feet, and amongst it, it seems to be some kind of piece of parchment wrapped around it.
Mm. I read the note. What is
It's
the
in Elvish.
note from the?
It's in Elvish.
Yeah,
What is your history modifier?
yeah. I got perception. I got a proficiency in history. It's a +4.
+4. You recognize this handwriting because how Elven culture works is that, different types of elves have different types of handwriting and gestures and what have you. You recognize that this is Wood Elf handwriting, and you suspect it could be the Wood Elves of this forest, which are known for their skilled hunting and what have you. And the note just reads, "Who are you and your friends? Are you friend or foe? Are you here to help us? Respond, send it back. Return to sender." That's what it says.
I chuckle as I'm gathering the squirrels and hanging it off my backpack. I yell back to the forest. I have no pen or ink. I'm saying this in Elvish. We're we are a friend, but we are only passing through.
After you say that, little to no response. And then you wait expecting a response, but once again, just as before, just silence.
Yeah, just
Alright.
make it back.
Gotcha. So, Axios, you're prey to Asmodeus. What would you like to do?
I sacrifice Coda for more power.
No. Am I able to reach him? Unless
You what is your prayer to Asmodeus?
Asmodeus, I have one request, just so I can fucking kill Black and get those skulls that he has. I don't know if he still has a dragon or not, but the steed that I have has no wings. I need wings to fight against a dragon in the air. Can you please give me wings as you gave tieflings before me?
Roll a d20.
Jesus Christ. 17.
17. As you open your eyes, all of a sudden there's just nothing but blackness around you. And for a second, you're like, what the hell is this? And then you turn around, and then you see just a silhouette of what you'd think is Asmodeus. And this silhouette then says, so you've come for aid, I see. An aid for a new steed with wings.
Either that or give me wings. Either or. It don't matter. But I can't fight a dragon on the ground. The power I have is great, but it's not enough if there's a dragon involved.
I must say. Demons that will live and work here. Excuse me, devils. That's what I meant to say. My apologies. My devils, my employees, can easily beat a gigantic demon with nothing more than the weapons that they are given. If you wish to prove yourself, what do you have to show for it?
Aside from the countless bodies I've killed since I've gotten this power?
You have killed, letting that giant kill town. Whew, that brought in a lot of souls down here, I must admit that.
I've already sworn my soul to you after this entire thing's done, whether I live or not.
That you have. He pulls out the contract and then he thoroughly reads it, and you see him going through Tell you what. I can give her wings, but on one fatal condition.
What?
When you do collect the skulls, you will bring all 3 of them to me after it has been completed.
Let me get Amber pregnant first, and you got a deal.
Well, you got up until then, so do what you please.
Do I have enough souls to... No, I'm doing.
He snaps his fingers, and you just feel this large pain on your back. And as it does, you expect gigantic bat devil wings, but unfortunately they're just not as big as you thought they expect to be. They're more skinnier than humongous, and you're kind of left a little disappointed. He's like, there you go, there's your wings, you're happy now?
As long as they work, whatever.
Right. So as a bonus action, once per long rest, you can spawn your wings for a minute, and they stay there until you either drop to 0 hit points or the minute's over. And you have a flying speed, because you're just very large in general. You have a flying speed of 20.
I'm large?
Well, because of your just general character and that fact that you're more demonic than a regular tiefling. So you have a fly speed of 20 feet. You can use a bonus action to, I guess, protrude your wings. I think it's the right term. But it's once per long rest.
Alright.
Alright. After some time, you all gather together. You cook whatever game you cook, enough to feed basically everyone. Basically, so you have 4. And I said 3 or 4 for the fish.
4 fish, 4 squirrels.
Fish and squirrel stew.
Yeah. So you have enough. So basically, you have enough rations for 2 full rounds, basically. So of food. So you guys decide to cook such game, and you do so. And as at this point, it is starting to get dark.
We're
We're
anywhere
setting
close to
camp here.
shelter.
Say that again.
Are we anywhere close to shelter?
You're
No.
nearby. You as far as like shelter, you could. Let me just look on the map. So you're like in between Orbar and Southwood. So
No.
we'll say that.
we're not going to the zombie infested town, and we're not going into the woods.
Well, that's the only options. Other than that, you could just stay in the open. But it's whatever you guys want to do. So
Nowhere near Loudwater, huh?
No,
Mm-mm.
no. Loudwater's on the other side of the forest.
Yeah, but didn't we just pass Owlbar?
No, we're yes and no. We would have to take a. There was a Y in the road about 2 hours ago, and we chose to keep on going west instead of taking the right road on the Y to our bar. We're nowhere close to our bar.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, we're more okay. It'd probably be
Yeah.
another day and a half walk to Loudwater, huh?
8.5? No, that'd be another day. We're about a day from Loudwater and about a day and a half from the Shining Falls. And we were gonna go towards Shining Falls, continue up.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right.
We're basically as far west as we wanted to go, and now we're gonna start going northwest.
Okay.
Because the route that you guys wanted to take about a day and a half ago was straight towards the mountains. I'm like, no, we can't go straight to the mountains.
Well, we got bedrolls and blankets, right?
I mean, I got a bedroll.
Yep.
We make some
Those
type of
ants.
lean-to, just all huddle.
No, Koda's not cuddling. He would pick up the clothes that he was having dry, and he'd put them underneath the bedroll to keep them to keep the snakes from getting into his boots and other critters from getting into his boots. And he would take off his pants, so he's walk around completely naked once again, and he's gonna put his pants near the fire to dry.
All right.
And he's gonna pull out the short sword that you gave him, and he's gonna set it off to the side of his bedroll, and he's gonna go to sleep.
Need to teach that boy about underwear.
All right. That being said, who's taking first watch?
I'll take first watch.
All right. Make a perception check, Axios.
$16.
16. You are keeping a close eye. You're keeping watch, obviously. You're kind of like, damn, my mount's fucking gone. So you feel that a bit. You do hear a commotion in the forest nearby. Just as far as it concerned. Let's see, what's the best way to describe it? You hear some kind of ruckus in the forest, but it's too far away to quite tell what it is. But you've just like keeping your eyes on towards the forest, and throughout your time during your shift, nothing happens.
Alright, I'm gonna wake up like a bug.
Okay.
Your turn. Hey, by the way, have you spoken to Anubis at all? You have the Yonk, right?
Yeah, I got the Ankh, and I mean, I've requested stuff between him and Gon to see if they either one will help us.
then he didn't give you the powers like he gave Rico. You don't think that's
No,
weird?
he only showed me the path that one time. But like I said either one of them at least show us the path, and they seem to be showing us where the skulls were.
Yeah,
mean, if-
but the first time Rico touched it, he got powers. You've had it and nothing. That's weird.
Well, I'm not a holy man or clerical. I mean, yeah, being a blacksmith and when you work in front of an anvil, you're singing praises to God that way, but Anubis was I just yelled out because that's what the short one did.
Yeah, wanna just thinking out loud.
Uh,
Good night.
No, I don't feel any clerical powers.
Yep. Just thinking out loud, buddy. Good night.
Oh, hey, I'll take second watch.
Make a perception check.
Perception. 10.
10. You're kind of questioning that thought a bit, as like, why didn't I get clerical powers? You do hear the similar ruckus that I described to Axis earlier, but other than that, you're too focused on, that question rather than paying watch, but nothing happens.
Okay. How close to dawn are we?
Not see. It was just sunrise. I would say that after your long rest, it's still going to take 2 hours for the sky to brighten because, like, you took your rest right when, like, the sky darkened. So if you're taking an 8-hour rest, it's basically you got to wait 2 hours after that before the sky could clear up.
I'll wake up the two girls and say, "Hey, take the last 2 hours. You've got dark vision and you got good hearing, so."
They will do so. I will for their checks. I'll roll separately for each one. Okay. They perform their watch. Nothing really happens. You guys finish with your long rest. And as you do, you know that it is about 2 hours before the sky can brighten up again. Because at this point, I want everyone to make perception checks.
23.
Nice.
Axios with a 24.
And Kabad.
14.
All right. Everyone clearly sees and hears some ruckus going on in the forest. However, you all do see a figure just hobbling out of the forest. Just kind of a little hunched over. Seems like to be a humanoid looking figure. And it's just like seems like this figure is running away from something.
Yeah.
I'll
Stealth.
I
watch my
did this
back and I
before.
start towards him slowly with my long sword out.
I got a 14 for stealth, and I got an arrow trained on where he came from.
Okay. Exis, you doing anything?
So he's running towards us? Is that what's happening?
This
He's
figure
hobbling.
is hobbling towards you guys.
Has he seen us yet? I guess.
You don't know.
I'm sneaking out of here. Like I'm screw this.
All right, stealth check. Ichabod and I would say Anea would be right behind you. As you
21.
approach this figure, you realize it is a elven woman, more specifically a wood elf. And you see this woman, she's looking like she had a rough time. Seeming in some encounter. She's catching her breath, clutching a longbow with a few arrows in her quiver. and you do see this woman like going.
I start talking to her in Elvish.
Ah,
Come
what
here.
do you say to her? She collapses in front of you.
Is she
So I
still
already
conscious?
sneaked. I had sneaked off with a 21, so
Yeah. Yeah, so she collapsed, and just go ahead and just make a general medicine check for me.
13.
Look around just to see what her condition is. Yeah, she's quite beat. Probably exhausted. From what tasks you do not know, but you're looking to see like, hey, just on the like, just looking at her, like you could clearly tell, like, yeah, she has no bites, no scratch marks, nothing. But she
Yeah,
looks
she
very
did.
exhausted.
Holding my sword back, ready to strike, looking over her body to see if she has any bite marks on her or blood marks
Yep.
or anything
Nope.
like that.
Nope. You get the feeling that she's just generally exhausted from something. You just don't know what, and she is currently unconscious.
I'll grab her by the collar of her clothes, maybe the arrows, and start pulling her back
Okay, you do so.
towards the fire.
Okay. She does not wake up from it. So you got about 10 arrows with you that you stole from her, basically. Well, you took away from her. And Naya says, "Oh, what should we do here? Should we just go, or do we help her? She seems like she had a bad time."
Well, I don't know. I'm a blacksmith. Damn it, Jim, I'm not a doctor. No.
Kodo,
I'm gonna do a medicine check on her.
yep, you go up to her, you make a medicine check.
Yeah, I got a dirty 20.
Yeah. You could tell that she was probably in some kind of fight or struggle. You look closer and you see, like, again, no zombie marks, no bite marks, no nothing. So she's not infected, but she could tell she probably just collapsed of just general exhaustion of whatever she went through.
Checking out her hands, does it look like she's been firing arrows for, I don't know, 8 hours?
Her hands look pretty rough.
How does the bowstring look?
Both looks really, really good.
Checking out the longbow.
Longbow is just as good as yours, but it looks more elven.
Does she have anything else on her? Packs, pouches?
Would you like to make an investigation check?
Sure. 15.
15. You see a map. As you're rummaging through her shit, you're able to get that map off her. At this point, she wakes up. She goes, ah! She pulls out a dagger and she's like ready to strike as she's like starting to get up. She's like, ah!
And I'm
And then she,
right next to Ichabod with the arrow knocked, and I say, calm, you came to me for a reason. Ichabod can hear it because he also speaks Elvish.
she says to you, and Elf says, sorry. I've been fighting some displaced beasts all night. Don't know where the fuck those things came from. She slowly starts to get up off her feet.
Are you the one that sent me the message?
You must be the one with the whistle, then.
Is that a whistle?
I'm Soshu
I am Celine.
I am from the Gentle Wind Monastery at the High Forest.
I come from the High Forest as well. More westward, where most of my people are.
At the base of the Star Mountains or to the west of the Star Mountains?
More like southwest from the Star Mountains, towards the edge. But I've been trying to, at least trying to find some of our fellow elves, but It seems
They were not
like
here.
I saw that and some displaced beasts and other weird things have been coming out the Feywild as of late.
Southwind, the Southwood is corrupted.
Yeah, I just figured that out.
It's not good to be there. Can I notice that she's young? Because this sounds like she's really immature. Sounds like she has no idea what the hell's going on in the woods.
So elves, as far as age, like they could live
I
up
mean,
to
I've been
700.
around elves, so
Sure.
I can tell.
You could probably tell. How old are you, Kodo?
Oh, I'm human. I'm think in my late 20s. Hold on.
20s.
Yeah, I'm 22, so my young 20s.
You get the feeling that she's probably around the same age of you, but probably in elven years. It's the best way to describe it. I'm not gonna do math.
Yeah,
as
she's
far as
like
that
in her.
shit.
She's about 114.
Sure. I'll write that down. He says, "Why are you here? You're very far away from home."
You're also far away from home.
I've been looking for my friends. Where have you?
I've been running, and I have not gotten too far. It seems on my journey to get away, fate has steered me towards this group. I'm a very old, maybe mad wizard has had me to go with them. They were on a quest. There is another powerful being known as Black.
Back
He is collecting very powerful relics. Might be the
what
cause of many of the problems in this area.
of what relics do you speak of exactly? And Ao's just standing there like, what are you guys talking about?
And I looked at Ichabod. Explain these items, these skulls. I am not familiar.
Supposedly, there is a trio of skulls that are controlling the dead, and this Dragonborn Black that's called Black has them. We're going to try to take them from them, or find all three of them, and take them away from them to try to fix all this. And I'm like, waving at the gray clouds and the
Sure.
This problem was
Hmm.
way before this Black, but this group, they have a magical device that can track these artifacts.
Hmm.
It
The
leads
skulls.
it
Are
leads
the skulls are of different colors?
yes.
yes.
I think I might have heard a story of that once. Something about kings and how they use skulls.
I'm
Yep.
leading this group north
She look
past
she
the
looks at
Delenbar River, past the Great Peak Mountains.
she looks around and like she sees like the case. She says, "Well, that would quite explain why there has been a lot of weird stuff coming out of the Feywild as of late in the High Forest. Usually, the Fey, well, you would know." She looks at you, Cole. You would know, like we would keep at bay, but since most of the druids are gone, they haven't, and it seems like the Fey creatures have been showing up more and more as the days have gone by. If you guys, where are you guys heading exactly?
From here, we're going to take the Downbeer River towards the Shining Falls. Hopefully, we can resupply in Shining Falls. Maybe take a day or two of rest, get our bearing on these artifacts, and then go more north. I have a feeling that this person known as Black He will not stay in the Great Peak Mountains for long. He's going north for some reason, and the only way we have to track him is with a magical item that can track the artifacts.
You say you're going to the Shining Falls?
Yes, we ran into Fishers only
Hmm.
2 days ago.
Oh, that would make more sense. There is a high elf that lives around there, an old high elf, probably almost a century old. Well, several centuries old, I would say, but I think he could help you out as far as what you guys are doing. He seems to be well known in magics, and maybe he could help out. Type. So if you go to
What would we
Shining
call
Falls, you
this
should
guy?
his name is Raylan, and I'll type the spelling in the Discord. You should speak with Raylan. He should know a lot more about what these skulls might be. I've heard that story familiar about skulls from him when he came to my village once. That's how you spell it.
I looked at Ichabod. Give her arrows back.
Wait, what? She notices at this point, like her quiver scratch. She says, "You took my arrows."
We did not know you. You would take my arrows as well.
That is fair. She smiles.
And
a bit.
I gave her 20 of my arrows.
Oh well, thank you. She puts it in
You never
her quiver.
paid me for those arrows. You can't be giving them.
I have recycled these arrows from many different battles. And I have given the young one 4 magical arrows. It is all a cycle.
Well,
Well, where do you
Sorry.
have to go to be safe?
say again. I didn't quite hear you on my.
Where can you go to be safe?
Nowhere is
I
safe.
think I'm just gonna go back home. I think I could just go back home, hide for a bit. So I'm quite
Can
good
you-
at that.
Can you
You
get
should
there
travel with
safely
us.
from here? At least to the
Probably just. I guess I could accompany you for now, but
at
I'm
least to
not
the
gonna
Shining
be.
Falls.
That seems pretty fair. If you guys don't mind, of course.
No, 2 bows is better than 1 bow.
That is true. So shoot.
I point to Anea. This one has promise.
She
One day
looks at
she will be
Nea.
as good as ours.
Does she speak Elvish?
No.
Oh, so she hasn't been hearing. the whole time.
She's around here. She doesn't understand the proper language.
No one knows what the hell the 3 of us have been talking about this whole time.
Celine looks at Anea and in broken English, similar to how you would speak common Kodo, says, "I'm Celine. I'm a friend." So you guys got an archer temporarily in the party. However, she has like 2. She has. Well, let me just read her exhaustion.
She has
She has 2
32
levels.
arrows.
Yep. She has 2 levels of exhaustion, so she's looking pretty beat up. So as you regroup, as you're trying to find Axius and Amron, you realize that you guys get the feeling that they just finished doing it as they are quickly rushing, as they are putting back their clothes on and stuff. And Axius,
They are
you
some
and
quiet motherfuckers. We didn't hear anything.
Hey, Axis, did you hear all that? Oh, wait, we were talking Elvish. Ha 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 ha. No.
I had a passive perception at 16. I didn't hear the rustling of anything.
My stealth was 21, so no.
That is true.
Yeah, okay. That's being stealthy. The act that you were doing, you can't get stealthy with that.
Oh, when you drive her head into
First
the
of all,
dirt, you
hold
bite
on.
off
We're
your
about to have an
finger.
entirely different conversation. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Like,
Moving on. Axius, you see this weird wood elf who seems to be clearly like messed up a bit. You don't know who she is, and she's appearing to be joining with your party.
Check my gut on this. I'm gonna check my gut on this one. I'm doing an insight check.
What are you inciting exactly?
Again, I have again, the fact that Kodo let this elf live and it killed a dwarf lets me know that he's biased against elves, so I don't trust his judgment. And I don't trust Ichabod's, at least when it comes to elves either. So I'm making sure that she's straight and narrow.
Sure, make an insight check.
14.
Despite all that, she doesn't seem hostile to you.
Good, because that'd be the worst way to go out. Get my gear all fixated. It's like, all right, so where we getting? Where we headed?
We're heading to Shining Falls.
From here, we head north. I'm going to take the Dembir River to Shining Falls. It's a day from here.
And then, in my 14 insight check, do I notice this woman's tired?
You could tell she's fucking exhausted, for sure.
And she's gonna keep up.
I can keep up.
Well, I
That
thought we
gives you
were
the
gonna
dirtiest
let
look.
you go never
She is
mind.
Ranger. Of course, she will keep up.
See, this is exactly why. This is why I did the insight check. Look how biased this is. Whatever. You guys know the way.
Right
so
on the
you guys
back of your elk. Oh wait, never mind. Sorry.
All right.
Would you have
So-
preferred getting the death ray? I just
All right. So you guys move. You guys spent majority of your day just traveling to the Shining Falls. The weather is luckily not as heavy as it once was yesterday. And as far as how you guys traveling pace is concerned, you guys are traveling at normal pace. Celine, even though she has 2 levels of exhaustion, her being a wood elf and basically being a wood elf, she's a little more ahead of you guys, surprisingly, despite her exhaustion.
I'm up there too. I share my rabbit ration with her.
All right. She eats such rabbit, and then you could see like as you're traveling, she starts to like some kind of like knick-knack from the rabbit, and she says, "Here, you might need this," and she tosses you a lucky rabbit's foot. Might bring good luck.
Quickly tie the rabbit's foot to my bow.
Mm-hmm. You do so. You could tell that she then takes like one of the rabbits, and she also makes one for herself, and then she says, "Here, give these other 2 to your other friends," and she gives you 2 other lucky rabbits. You might probably need these.
Why is that?
Well, you should know that lucky rabbit creating a rabbit's foot fresh from quarry might bring good hunt, good fortune.
I feel the luck has ran out for this world. We're just walking the last days until the sun never rises again.
Well, here's the thing. I've lived through an apocalypse, not similar to this, but when the spell plague happened, most of our magics were gone, vanished. We all thought that magic was no longer going to be present on the earth. And then, luckily enough, magic eventually came back. I do think this might pass, and hopefully civilization can work. I know that, at least for my village, we're still kind of functioning a bit. I don't know about the others, though. This forest and our lack of druids has been very, very rough just traversing through the forest. I think it's lucky.
Are you trying to say that
guys-
Kodo's emo? Is that what you're trying to do with the hair flip? When the druids
that
were wiped
means.
out, our
When the druids
monastery
were
fell.
Hmm.
And from the monastery, our town, there was nothing left.
Well, we'll just do what everyone else has been doing for many years.
I do
And we'll
not
do
have
so many
a
years
long life
after.
like you.
No,
You will be able to
but
see it 100 years, 200 years from now.
maybe. But where you left off, someone will pick up the pieces. And wherever they left off, they will pick up the pieces. Eventually, all will eventually return to normal.
I wish I could think like that.
When you live past 100, you think in many different ways, many perspectives. However, you don't get to fully embrace the life that you live in comparison to your race.
This comes from an elf that was chasing displacer beasts in a corrupted woods.
I was finding friends. The displacer base found me. You should know very well much of it, have you?
I do not have friends, but I do stay away from displacer beasts.
Right? You guys
Shut up,
eventually
Axius. I hate you.
you guys continue. Axius, Ichabod, if you guys want to talk between yourselves while Koto and Celine talk further ahead.
So can't
If
you
you
just
want.
bring your elk back? I mean, he comes out of the ground with fire and stuff. Can't.
For it to die again, and then what?
It'll come back again.
I only have so much power to bring it back every time. We could use that power for something else.
Okay.
This is the first time I've walked in weeks. You don't think I'm struggling to? Yeesh.
No, I don't think you're struggling. I
Literally
mean,
complaining.
you're a
You've
healthy
never
man.
ridden it. You've never ridden it.
No, I haven't. But I've ridden horses. I've ridden wagons.
It literally is inconsequential to you. I would rather walk with you guys.
I rode a barmaid once. That was.
God damn it, Bob.
Dude, TMI, man. Like, I don't tell you all my exploits here.
Why not? Live a little.
I ain't got much living left, man.
Well, we
Okay,
can
and
all
I'm
die
emo.
after we
I don't
break
want
the
to hear it,
skulls.
Mr. Grim Death, red skin and
I'm
horns. I'm
sorry.
emo.
Who signed his soul away to after he kills Black? Like, literally, my entire life is tied to the end of this.
Yeah, emo. I don't want to hear it.
Well,
As we're walking, can I be looking for game? Because we're going to be walking
Sure.
for 8 hours.
Sure, make a perception check.
Can I get a couple
Celine
perception
will-
checks?
We'll say 2.
should we all?
So
If you
11.
guys want.
16.
All right. So, as you guys traverse, you guys find small game amongst the way. Because Celine and Kodo are there, they could easily just snipe it out, as there's not much cover around these parts. And you guys have basically enough rounds of rations for 2 more rounds of rations, basically. So you guys spent the entire day traversing until eventually you get to the Shining Falls. Now,
Really?
Kodo, you know
That's
Kodo.
looking at the map. That's a long ways away. I didn't think we're going to get there that quickly.
Yeah. Well, like we're skipping time and stuff like that, and since it's basically going to take you all day to get there,
Okay.
so you guys eventually get to the Shining Falls, and Kodo, you know the Shining Falls got its name because the center of the town usually would have a waterfall that goes down that would serve it as the main water source and for fishing. When you guys get to town, it's a little structured a bit. You can see that they are trying to attempt to build wooden walls similar to Parnest, but they're not quite ways of having full coverage around it. And you see, well, this is a half elven community for the most part, with a few other wood elves and a few other high elves and a few humans. Probably ragtag together in this because they probably have no place to go or what have you, or just trying to make a new home. One of the townsfolk comes up to you guys and say, "Oh, hey, welcome. What brings you here, friends?" As like you see construction being made to the outside walls, while you see like in the distance guards just keeping out watch for undead or what have you.
Is he speaking in common?
He is speaking in common, we'll say, because yeah, we'll say common because it's common.
We are only here to resupply, maybe stay a night or two, and then we're heading north. I cannot say how long Celine will be here, but I know that she is also traveling north. We don't mean
Celine,
to take residence here.
that's fine. If you're staying for a day or two, we don't mind that, but we expect you to leave within a day or two, if that's the case. The only thing we don't ask is that you don't fish around the waterfall. There isn't much fish to go around, and we're trying to cultivate the fish here to get more fish. The only thing we ask. Other than that, if you're staying for 2 days, fine by us. As long as you leave after you've been here for 2 days, then that's fine by me.
3 days back, we ran across fishermen from this village who's been collecting fish to respawn and populate. They seem to have a good amount of fish. I do not know when they will return, but we have cleared up any troubles from them
Oh, well.
to here. They should have no trouble traveling.
Oh, well. Much appreciated for keeping the road clear for our friends. Now,
I did not
we'll
do it for
probably
them.
have a
Things were just attacking us, and so we dispatched them.
thank you, I guess. But we can have a we can have you set up in a small cottage somewhere here for all of you here. Selene then says, in broken common, well, no, she'll say it in Elvish. She says, "I'm not with them. Was I was just with them for the travel. That's all. I'll have. Is it possible to have my own boarded room?" And the guy says, "We could probably find something use there. How long are you staying?" "I'll probably stay for about 3-4 days till I get fully rest." And he says, "Very well." At this point, Celine comes up to you and says, "Listen, thanks for keeping me company on the way here. I appreciate it. Hopefully those lucky rabbits will serve you well, and hopefully you'll find what you're looking for. Safe travels." She pats you on the back before taking her exit, unless you want to say something.
If you want to meet up before we leave, I can seek you out.
If you wish. So she'll kind of like hobble, and then she'll almost fall and collapse again, and then one of the townsfolk will just help her up and get her to the nearest board room. And he says, "Well, give us like about 5-10 minutes. We'll probably find you some room. Until then, you can just eat some grub or what have you." So, our home is your home. You guys are now at the Shining Fault.
Cool.
How
I'll
big
look
is this?
for the
This-
closest place to have food.
Basically, it's kind of a small town. It's not like big or anything, what have you, but it's basically a small community, and you guys get the vibe that it's more of a community kind of governance rather than, one person in charge and what have you.
We
Well, what would you guys like to do in this town?
There a blacksmith shop,
There is.
and is it hooked to a weapons shop?
It is.
Okay, I'm heading there.
Okay.
Do
Where
you
the
need
rest of y'all
money
moving?
to fix those arrows?
No, I got money and stuff. Give me those quails you got off of that manicore. Let me see if I can make arrows out of them. If we're staying here 2 days.
Hey, quills did I get? Hold on, let me look at my notes. Yeah, here's 21 spikes.
21 quills? Okay.
Got in my notes manticore spikes enough to make 21 arrows.
Oh, okay. So like I
Alright.
said, I'll get to work. Or go talk to him
Kodo.
and see if he'll let me use it.
Okay. Kodo, Axius, what would you two like to do while you guys are in town for the next couple days?
How far is Block from this town?
You guys look on the map, and
We'd have to use the Ankh to locate the 3 skulls.
yep. So you guys use the Ankh, and you could see that right now Black is at the northern part of Deadstone Cliff, like the northern part of that mountain range. And again, it's pulsing all 3 of those lights: green, red, purple at the very top. But
So it's
unlike where you saw last time, where you see it slowly moving, it's just staying in place.
so it's staying at Deadstone Cliff.
You know, it's like a day or two.
It can be 2 days.
Yeah.
It could be 2 to 3 days depending on what you guys encounter. So.
I want to
We
go
would
to
have to
tavern.
go through the hills.
Yeah, but that is Black's current position.
I will go eat at a tavern with my wife.
Okay, you do so. You have a nice, peaceful, loving dinner with your wife. You don't
I
quite
take
remember.
the with me.
Okay. You don't quite remember the last time you've had dinner with your wife. But yeah, you're just enjoying, basically basic food for the most part. No fish, unfortunately, because again, they're trying to rescue their fish population. So.
I do want to say to her, I was like, you do realize we haven't seen another tiefling yet, right?
Well, tieflings aren't usually around these parts, right?
Tieflings survive anywhere.
Well,
I've
the only
traveled all the
tiefling
way from Thay. You telling me I traveled all the way for 2 years, haven't seen a tiefling once, and you're telling me I may have missed them.
the only tiefling that I know is all the way at the Sork Coast, Virgil the Vigilance. But other than that, I've only seen 1 or 2 while I was stuck in that hell of a city.
Yeah, at least you've
You gotta
seen
realize
stuff.
our race is not common like elves and dwarves. Even before
What?
the apocalypse, there wasn't much of us.
I'm only bringing it up because you doubted me when I said that we may be going extinct.
Well, we might be. I mean, I haven't seen any other tieflings either since two, way back when this whole thing started.
Just saying, we might have a responsibility to repopulate before or after this is all over.
Well, look, we have to obviously repopulate, but as long as like this apocalypse is still around, it's gonna be just harder and harder for us.
It's okay. I'm gonna stop the apocalypse, no matter what.
Or at least slow it down a bit as she continues eating.
Fucking stop it. And I start eating again.
Okay. Koda, would you like to do anything in town?
Shopping.
All right. Where would you like to shop for a Koto?
I'm looking for bracers of archery
Bracers of archery.
and soap.
You can find soap. That you can definitely find. As far as the bracers, unfortunately not.
Oh,
Let's
what else do
scroll.
they have?
You
Just
see
looking.
that. So when you go into the store, they have basically all different types of adventuring gear. They even have like 2 potions, but you probably had to trade it for those specifically. But other than those, um, basically you have access to all basic adventuring gear and all basics armor and all basic weapons and ammunition.
Yeah,
But they
I'm
don't have
looking
as much ammunition.
for magical items.
As far as magic items, you get the feeling that this town kind of doesn't have the capability of creating those. But they have everything else as far as basic needs, gear, weapons, and what have you. Which leads into Ichabod. You go to the blacksmith, and this is a half elven blacksmith. So you know, just based on your background, that elves usually have their own metals. But based on the conditions here, they're just working with whatever metals that they got. And you know that this is just a basic blacksmith shop.
I'll show him the wyvern spikes.
Spikes from
You
a
also
manticore.
have. Sorry to
Or the
interject. You also
manticore
have
spike.
8 plus 2 arrows that need repaired.
That too. So they look at the spikes. He says, "Spikes from a manticore. Where'd you get these?" I'm assuming you've countered one of them.
Yeah, we killed the manticore and we got some of these
Surprised you.
spikes and we thought we'd make arrows out of them.
Yeah, it's a good thing it did. Usually people don't usually go for spikes, but you could make some decent arrows with these. These could really.
Okay.
So what do you want to do with these? Craft arrows or what have you, or?
Yeah, crap. Try to get as many arrows as we can out of them. And I have this heavy crossbow +1. I'm not good with it. What can I trade for this?
Well, what is it that you want exactly? I mean, we have a different type. We have basic gear, we have basic arms, and we have basic armor. Not plate though, unfortunately. That stuff is hard to come by and hard to make.
You don't have any magical arrows on you.
No, I do not.
Would you happen to have any dragon killers?
You're hunting dragons.
We might have
I
to
think
go up against a dragon and a dragonborn. Got any arrow type things to?
Well, unless you got scales in your pocket, there's not much I could really do as far as
Oh.
making such arrows.
Oh, you don't already have any made already.
No, unfortunately not. Again, we're just a basic blacksmith shop. We're not fancy like we're not fancy like the Iron Eyes. We're not fancy like the blacksmiths of Waterdeep or what have you. I wish we were, but
Didn't I say my last name to you?
what is your name exactly?
Ichabod Iron Eyes.
He raises
Ancient
an eyebrow.
blacksmith.
You're an Iron Eyes. He
Yes.
raises his eyebrow. Prove it.
Pull out my family quest that's on my own blacksmith hammer and start working.
All right, you start working. What are you looking to craft? As you show these damn blacksmiths.
Fix those +2 arrows, bud. We're gonna need them. That's the only dragon killers we got.
So yeah, we fix the +2 arrows, make the arrows out of the or as many as we can in the 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
Plus,
So
do I see any smelting? Do they have smelting devices here?
smelting devices. What is a smelting device? Because I have no idea what that is.
Well, it's a way to melt down the metal. But I want to try to make
Okay.
that hand axe I told you guys about.
Gotcha. So
You take a wooden frame. I've seen this. This is out of character. It's a wooden frame
Okay.
with this type of clay. I've seen videos where they like put.
Oh, I
the
think I
clay
know
down.
what you're talking about now. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
And
now.
they drill the
Alright.
hole and they dump the iron in, and it.
Gotcha. So, good news and bad news. The bad news is that as far as making the hand axe, as far as quality, it's really based on what materials that you have on your person, because otherwise they just have basic metals just to make a regular axe. But they do have access to that.
Oh, I got the hand of Vecna.
Still have it.
I also
So
got a
just
buttload of gold.
Isn't that the other hand of Vecna? It's not like the actual hand of Vecna.
I got the right hand of Vecna's.
Yeah. I don't
Which
think
is
you could
just
turn that
really a
into an
skeletal
axe.
Well, truthfully, I did see a guy on the video make a hand axe.
thing.
Look like his hand.
All right, so tell you what. Here's what we're gonna do. I would say, because you're working to rebuild arrows, try to craft arrows out of spikes, and try to make a hand axe out of the right hand of Vecna. I would
Yeah.
say, oh, the music stopped. No, I would say just go ahead. You are proficient with these. What kind of check would this be? Oh, we just play music. There we go. Go ahead and just make a Constitution check, adding your proficiency modifier, because
Like to save.
This would require you to not break the spikes, which can be brittle. Require you to repair arrows, and making a hand and axe based on what you got. So we'll say, well, this requires special technique. You know what? Just make a dexterity check, adding your proficiency modifier to the d20 roll, and then afterwards make a Constitution check with same modifiers. So d20 plus your dex plus your proficiency.
17 plus 3 would be a dirty 20 for dex.
Nice. Now make a Constitution saving throw.
$19.
Well, congratulations. I can buy you just proof why you are an Ironize. You're able to get what you want and show these regular ass blacksmiths what a real blacksmith is. He says, wow, I guess you really are a damn Ironize after all.
Yes. And for 200 gold, I'll teach you all how to blacksmith like me.
200 gold.
Just kidding.
We might have enough gold that we can melt down and make some full plate armor out of gold.
I don't know.
So, is there anything else you guys would like to do while you're in this town for the past 2 days?
Well, if I get some of those manticore quill arrows, how many do I get? Do I get the full 21 or do I?
Yep.
Is it a random roll?
Yep. You get the
I'm gonna
full
take-
21.
I'm gonna take 6 of those. I'm gonna go where Celine is. I'm gonna give them to her.
Oh. You could tell.
I'm
like,
gonna take
you
a
see
bath with some soap before I go over to her
Sure.
house.
Sure. She opens the door. You can tell she's very much not exhausted at this point of time. And she says, "Oh, thank you, Koto. Appreciate it. Are these manticore spikes?"
I killed a manticore 3-4 days ago.
Impressive. She puts them aside and she says, "Well, you just came here to bring arrows?"
Came to talk about our forest. I've been away for so long. Be nice to
Oh.
have company that understands where I'm from.
Come in. Make yourself comfortable, and you can tell this is like this is more like a small studio cottage room and what have you. It's your basic essentials. And you guys like just take a seat while enjoying some cup of drink of tea.
Yep.
So what do you want to know about the forest?
Oh no, I'm just talking and all that good stuff.
All right.
Not leading anywhere.
talk-
He is 100% monk. Like he doesn't even look at women like women. He looks at
Okay.
their skill, that kind of thing.
Okay. Towards as you guys are getting towards the end of conversating, you get to know that the druids that once protected the forest that kept the Fae at bay. Most of them, or almost all of them, are rumored to be just gone or dead or what have you. But what the general consensus is that some majority of Fae creatures are running wild. There's like one or two druids left, but no one knows where the hell they are. And on top of that, she only recalls 3 Elven societies still kind of functioning. One of them including her, her people. But she doesn't know in regards to everyone else because like of these fake creatures running about. But amongst the conversation, she says, "And did you ever get a chance to speak to Roland about about those skulls?"
I'll talk to him tomorrow.
All right. Well, Koto, been nice talking with you, and I do wish you good luck on your travels. And
If your travels come near Kars, could you burn incense at the Soshu family plot that is in Kars?
That's I can do. If I stumble upon it, I will do that. You've already done enough for me.
I feel that my journey will come to an end at Deadstone Cliff. As where the 3 skulls are at. And I feel that this party that I am traveling with are destined to also end at Deadstone Cliff.
Well, sorry, I'm thinking of dialogue here. Well, if you do die, I guess you could say it's been one big long hunt then, right? Probably going to be the greatest hunt you'll ever have. And if you live, you'll probably have tales to tell it.
There's nothing to tell. There's no one to talk to. You're the first I've seen from the High Forest in many years.
Well,
I am
whether
glad
it
that your
be-
village is still going.
And I hope that you find peace afterwards. She gives you a kiss on the cheek before escorting you out.
I go back to
All right.
like she sees like no difference. Like he's 100% monk. Like he doesn't even understand it.
Oh, she knows. She knows. All right. So,
I go back to our cottage,
sure.
and
Alright,
yeah, the next
so-
day, that's what I would be doing is going up to Rollin.
All right. Anything else that Ichabod or Axios would like to do before doing so?
I just want to at least
I'm getting
spend
rid of
one.
this crossbow.
Just want to spend one day summoning my steed and reconfiguring his soul from an elk to a wolf.
Okay. Go ahead and make a. So you're basically a paladin. Make a general religion check for me.
Take away my steed. That would be a 14.
Right. Roll d20 here. At first, majority of the day, it takes you a while because the soul of your steed got ripped out, so it takes a very long time to even try to find the soul of your steed, but you eventually do so. And then you spend the rest of the majority of the time just trying to configure your steed and morph it into, I assume, a demonic wolf.
Yep.
And
You
such
ain't coming
so,
back.
such so you see a demonic-looking hellhound around that spawns right behind you.
Oh, who's a good boy? And I start scratching under him, under his belly.
He'll appreciate the scratches and will lick you with its fiery tongue as you do so.
We'll finish this.
Ichabod, would you like to do anything before Koto asks Raylan?
That crossbow thing is too big, too heavy for me, so I'm going to trade it in for some more arrows, and I'll just use the short bow I took from Blue.
Okay. How many arrows would you like? Let me just roll here. They got 23 arrows.
Yes, 15.
Okay.
And I leave
You
that
hand him
the crossbow and the bolts I got for it. I'm sure they have other bolts that can be fired out of this.
All right. You'll get 15 arrows then.
All right. And a quiver, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Of course, a quiver.
But
So.
don't look like that girl with all the arrows sticking out of her bun.
What are those
Alright.
Manticore Quill arrows? How are they different than regular arrows?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that. So when you how it works is that's because a quill is more like pointy than an average arrow because it's coming from a manticore. Whatever damage you roll an additional damage dice with that.
Oh, so it's double damage?
Yep, because a manticore quill hurts like a motherfucker.
Okay, what can I get for the hand axe?
Well, you can craft such Vecna hand axe, and you do so. So it's a +2 hand axe, and after each hit, you roll a d20, and something might happen. So-
I was kind of hoping for if I hit with it, since he was shooting the Eldritch Blast at us, it does that damage too if I hit with it.
Well, that's his left hand. You don't know what the right hand does. But I'll say after each hit, we roll a d20 and we'll see what happens. So,
Alright. I'll just put a +2 hand axe in with mine.
alright. So, assumingly, all you guys as a group gather together and around and go and speak for Raylan, we're going to take a quick break. So, we'll take a quick 5-minute break and then we'll be back with the rest of the episode. So, stay tuned, guys.
I'll be right back.
Alright. Hopefully, we are off air. Yeah, I'll be right back. I just gotta go get some more water, so I'll be right back.
Are we off air?
I believe so, but if not, it'll be funny. So
I think you fell
Look,
asleep again.
I'm not
So,
saying anything.
The viewers are just going to
Alright,
watch me
sure.
eat my Chinese food.
I'm just gonna close my webcam while I go get some water. So. We're on? Alright. Alright, cool. Welcome back. So let's continue where we last left off. So you guys are directed to where Raylan is staying. And, you know, it's a similar cabin, similar to yours, where you have been staying up. And you knock on the door, and you just hear a old voice saying, "Who is it exactly? Who is that?"
Kotu Shoshu.
Yes, you must be the one Selena's talking about. Please, come in. You just see the door magically just open it by itself, and in this, like, small
Fucking
cabin,
wizards.
and in the small cabin, what you guys see is that you see, you know, just some old high elf. Now, Kodo, high elves, either they're 50-50, they're just dicks, or they're just regular people. And you can tell, like, this high elf is at least in his late 600s at this point. And he is just sipping on whatever tea he's drinking, and he says, "You must be the one that's hunting for skulls of the undead king, correct?" He says this to you in Elvish.
Yes, we are. We
Please,
have
come
a
in, come in.
device that can show us where these skulls are at. The one that has them is waiting at the Deadstone Cliff. We will be heading there after this. Any information that you can give us will help us.
Let me see whatever device you have exactly.
Ichabod, if you could, please show him. Also, if you have it, please show him the blue scroll with the spell that we do not know of. He might be able
Okay.
to help us.
He reads it, and he's like, yes, this must be the work of some drow. They usually tend to mix their Elvish with it seems like a weird version of Abyssal. Well, this is easily, he snaps it, he spins the scroll around, and then you just see a magic light up, and then you just, like, hovers it to you. That's a greater restoration spell. I just translated it to common so y'all can read it.
That would have
Yeah,
been what we needed to fix blue.
Well, you should probably keep that on you. Could be useful. But anyways, what is this device you speak of exactly? He says it in a very old man tone.
I lay the map out and I put the onyx on it. And
Fascinating. He picks up the Ankh and he just twirls it on his fingers like, I've never seen anything like this before. Where have you gotten this exactly? As he is just hovering it in his finger.
well, a friend of ours took it off a cleric that got bitten and was dying. And he got bit and died, and we ended up with it. Or he got
He
bit
then
and then
picked-
carried off by a rock.
He then, like, you see it twirl, and then he just picks it, and then he's just examining it. You can see his eyes glow with this blue light, doing a detect magic spell, and he's looking. It's like, haven't seen any holy symbol like this before. This doesn't seem to come from our realm. It looks like, and he just drops it right on the map. And as soon as he does that, you see the light pulse, all these colors, and he says, fascinating. As he scratches his chin. Well,
How much
y'all
would
are
it?
heading into
Sorry to interject. How much would it cost for rations?
rations. This is a community, so you could take up to 3 rations apiece per person. So
Right.
he slams the device. He's like, "That's most peculiar." So the good news is that you are heading in the right direction. However, there's some bad news to it on top of that.
All right.
Isn't there always?
You see, he then opens his bag of holding and then just pulls out a very old scripture, like so old that even a human touch can possibly make it so brittle and it'll just like evaporate immediately, which is why he's doing it with like mage hand. And then he hovers the book and then he turns to the page and he says, "Yes, yes. Here it is." He gently puts down the book right next to the map. He then magically turns it towards you guys. He says, "Now, this book was written around the time where these skulls were first accounts were being written. It says here that, well, you guys know that these undead kings had these skulls of power, which you probably don't know, and that most books either already have or just been lost to history, is that the excuse me, these skulls have a particular use to them outside of the person obviously holding such power obviously amplifies yours, and combine them together you'll have unstoppable power. But there is a purpose with this, not just for the sole purpose of giving one power over the dead. That purpose being a possible resurrection of an undead king itself. However, it requires a lot of ritual casting, lots of preparation, days even. And last time I checked, looking at my map here, last time I checked, Deathstone Clef was one of the last temples that would be dedicated to these undead kings. Or so the story says, but here it lies before you. And as you guys read, you could clearly tell that it does indicate that these skulls can be used for a ritual casting of sorts to possibly bring back an undead king with like sacrifices and what have you. And who knows what would happen if that were to come. And he says, if you're willing to stop this black individual, you would have to go through the Dead Cliff Keep in order to make it to the stone, into the ritual room, for it has been long buried underneath that mountain for quite some time.
So you're just telling us we have no time to lose and we're standing here listening.
Well, good news is that the ritual itself is complex, so assuming he hasn't already done it yet, he would still need time. Plus, he would need something sacrificial, so he would probably have to hunt and find whoever. And as far as I'm concerned, he would probably have to go through an entire dungeon just to get to the room itself.
Is this all you're offering to help us with?
I was told that you guys need information about it, and I was told that you guys need help. I am towards the end of my days, well, end of my years, and I'm not as powerful as I once was.
Do you know the names of the undead kings?
He magically flips the pages, like, going backwards. He says, one of them being the Lich King Vecna, and you see a picture of Vecna. He then turns the pages again. The second being Asirarak, the multi-dimensional demi-planar lich. The third is quite peculiar, because there's little to no accounts of who this third king really is. But what I've heard is that this king was the one that would start this conflict the whole time between these two, and it took the wrath of Vecna and Asirak themselves just to stop this third king. But no one knows its name. It's lost even to my years.
All right, the picture of Vecna, was he already missing one arm?
No. You get the feeling this was like way, way before your generation line even existed.
Oh. Well, gotta update that picture, erase both arms, and I walk out.
you You try to, but he magically pulls it back. He's like, "You fool! Don't try to even touch this. One delicate touch could erase a whole page."
No, I don't try
This
to
is
touch it. I'm like,
history.
you got to erase the hands, and I walk out twirling the hand axe.
He always like this.
He seems to have the hand of Vecna, and he turned it into an axe.
So
To
he says,
teleport us to where we gotta go.
Teleport.
He has magic.
can't-
I don't know.
"I do have magic. Only problem, I'm not as young as I used to be. I can't teleport you because I don't know the location. Even if I did the teleportation circle spell, I don't know where exactly this cliff room is located. The best that I can do is that I could teleport you to the base of the mountain, but you have to find the rest of the way there."
Fine, that saves on travel time. Hey, Kabak,
Does
get
save
back
on
here.
travel.
I come back.
And also,
Alright,
could you
Get
tell these
used to the
townspeople,
weight.
just in case we fail, that they're next?
Of course. I'll let them know I'll let them know tomorrow to be prepared for any undead that comes by, and to be ready to leave if they were to come.
Do you have paper, quill, and ink?
I do. A wizard always has paper, quill, and ink. He magically hovers them from his bag of holding onto the table.
I start writing a note.
Okay. What is the context of said note?
Simply says thank you. I'm Shoto.
Oh, okay.
And I fold the note, and on the front it says Celine. Can you give this
Okay.
note to Celine?
Of course. He casts Mage Hand and grabs it from you.
I'm ready.
Now,
Are you guys ready? You should leave.
I feel like we have to complete
Nea
all side
and
missions
Amryn here.
first.
I do not believe Anea and Amryn should come with us. For now, this place is safe. Where we go could be our death. I would feel bad if your sister wife was to die.
It's not
Anea is
my
very
decision.
young.
It's not my decision. It's theirs.
No, if the wizard teleports us, they cannot come. Do not leave it to them. They will insist on coming, which is wrong.
They're literally right here.
Are they?
Yep.
Yeah.
at this point, Amryn's like, she kind of gives you this look of, well, Anea says, "Well, I could come. I mean, I could defend myself, but
No, you stay here.
I can't." Anea looks at you, Ichabod, asking, like, what you're, basically giving you a look of, like, what do you think about this situation?
You're a grown woman. You can come if you want. For all we know, you might be the one to destroy their skulls.
Looks at you, Anea looks at you, Axius. Same thing. Looking for an answer. Or at least your advice.
Are you prepared knowing that you may not come back from this?
I do not know.
If you do not know, then you should stay.
Amrin,
Normally,
po-
I agree with Kodo on this part, but you helped us kill Vecna. Without you, we wouldn't have gotten the skull to begin with.
I didn't do much against him. I just shoot at the arrows up the walls. I don't know if I could help you fight a monk dragonborn with skulls and an undead dragon. I don't know whether
And an
I would be
undead
able to do
army
that.
that took out the last town that we were in.
That too.
Then if you want to stay, then you get everybody here ready and help them mobilize just in case we fail.
All right. I guess this is goodbye. I guess.
Kodo will give Anea rabbit's foot
What's this?
as it to her bow.
Oh well. Thanks, Koto. You're a bit weird, but I'm glad you taught me how to shoot properly.
Goes to Amrin. Gives Amrin the other lucky rabbit's foot.
Okay. She says, "Thanks, Koto. I think I'm gonna need this. I think you guys should need this more.
No,
We already
you need this. You keep Anea safe, Amrin. Do not follow.
You're right. I think I will stay. Axios, darling, can we step aside for a sec?
Yeah.
All right, you guys step outside privately. She says,
We
"Look,
are speaking in Inferno, right?
Yeah, of course." She says, "Look, I know that you want me to join you, but..." She kind of like sides. She looks inside the cabin and looks at Anea for a bit and looks up at you and says, "But I think it's right if I watch the kid just in case we don't come back."
I look back, it's like, do we gotta teleport now?
You hear Raylan says, "Well, yes, I'm almost done prepping it, so you better say your goodbyes just in case."
He can wait 30 minutes. Make it quick.
Cool.
If you
I
do
pull her
it
aside.
now, if you wait, then you
Not
have a
here. I do not want to see it.
I,
You have
I
a
pull
cabin.
her toward the
to the
cottage.
cabin.
fight harder to come back to get
I
some.
don't want to see.
I take her to the cottage. Then fade to
And do the
black.
business. Sure. You have sex with your wife. You say your last goodbyes to your wife, and after 30 minutes of just waiting, and Raylan, you just hear him say, under his breath in Elvish, saying, "The fuck is taking that Teamlings line? Didn't know Teamlings could last this fucking long. Goddamn."
You are old. You don't last that long either.
After 30 minutes have passed, Axios shows up. Before you guys leave, Anea says goodbye to all of you. She hugs you goodbye, Axios, for keeping her alive and showing basic
goodbye.
fighting skills. She hugs you, Ichabod, for giving her some hope and hopefully, and teach her about other stuff like blacksmith and life and whatnot.
All right.
And she hugs you, Kodo, for teaching her sharpshooting
As
skills.
soon as she tries to hug me, I give her a handshake.
She still hugs you anyway. And then she says, "I hope you make it back alive and stop Black."
There's no hope. We either do or we do not.
Well,
Thanks, Yoda.
I hope to see you back. If not, I want to thank you for everything they've done to keep me alive, and hopefully after all this is over, we could all be at peace together, I guess.
Definitely. Promise.
All right. And she walks out of the cabin. And you hear Raylan says, "All right, no turning back after this." And then he uses his actual hands for the first time during this entire encounter. That he produces the magic circle spell, and you just see, as you guys are in the center of the circle, you just see magic glyphs peel all around you, completely around you, and circling over and over again. It's You hear him say some arcane gestures in his way of doing it. And as he says, before he leaves, he says, "If you do make it back, I would like to keep that Ankh. I would like to study it more if you live." And then, with the snap of his fingers, you guys are falling in some weird magical void for like 2 minutes, till eventually a portal opens up beneath you, and then you are magically teleported at the misty mountains of Deadstone Cliff, right around the mountain base of where Black was at.
After I gained my composure and rolled back the chunks. Oh, there is something I failed to tell you. Deadstone Cliff is known to have a very large stone giant clan.
Yeah, no, I'm hurling. I already rolled a nat 1 on my con save. I am throwing up.
Axie is just hurling a vomit and fire. So...
That is joke. Maybe the stone giants are dead. Maybe they left. But many years ago, this place was known for the stone giants. I don't like magic.
Oh.
How are you puking fire? Are you okay? Is this natural?
Give a thumbs up.
If I'd known this would have happened, I would not have allowed you 30 minutes. Is this normal after you guys complete your intercourse?
I flip him off.
Oh, you got out of my boots! God, you.
I'm not on your boot. That's not how that works.
It's splash range, man.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
So, you guys are at the mountain base of Deadstone Cliff. This is a very misty mountain. So, as you look up ahead, you do see what seems like to be a silhouette of a dragon looking up, just going down straight down towards the mountain that you guys are heading up.
Is he out of range?
He's out of range. He is like very, very high, and it's very misty.
Got it.
But you can't confirm that Black is amongst the area.
There we go. Find this keep.
Wolf, go on ahead, sniffing around.
Oh my God! What is that?
It's been with us the whole time. We never pay attention.
Never. Never. Thank you.
Oh, Mo, Larry, you ready to go?
Yeah. Let's
Which one
do
is
this.
Mo? Which one is Larry?
I don't know either one of them. Let's freaking go.
You guys traverse, and as you begin your journey upward towards man, I keep forgetting the damn fucking Deadstone Cliff. There we go. As you guys are traversing the mountains of Deadstone Cliff, this once mountain that was once home to a former Stone Giant clan, and as you guys are on the hunt for Black in attempts to stop whatever his foolish schemes are, we will continue the quest next episode. So that'll be it for this session. And tune in, guys, because this season is almost over with 2 episodes left. So stay tuned, guys. Till then, take care, and we'll see you next time.
All right, let's
I'm just gonna assume we're off air now, so I'm gonna turn off my camera.
Nope, we're not off the air yet.
We're not off air yet. Well, it can do something.
Turn off my camera. I'm off
Perfect.
air.
We'll edit and post. It's
So,
fine.
are we gonna get boosted to level 10 before we go fight these guys?